What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Oh man, it's been a long couple nights. If I look tired, I promise you I'm not exhausted or anything like that, but my eyes are a little bit heavy. I've been up till 3 or 4 the past couple days, just hanging out with friends, having a good time. So guys, it is always a good idea to hang out with friends instead of playing video games. I promise you, you won't regret it. But then again, Spider-Man just came out, and then 2K19 just came out, Madden just came out. Yeah, there's a lot of games that maybe it's a good idea to play video games too. I guess the point I'm trying to say is if you want to hang out with your friends, hang out with your friends. If you want to play video games, play video games. I'm not judging. So one more thing before we start talking about baseball is, guys, today is Sunday, September 9th. Football is back, and I'm just wondering, do you guys want to see NFL recaps? Because I see a lot of comments saying, Fuzzy, do a recap on this day, do a recap on that day, football, basketball, and I'm just not sure what to do because this channel has been about baseball for the longest time. But if you guys want to see NFL recaps, I can definitely do that. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you would want to see NFL recaps, NBA recaps, anything like that, maybe just sport recaps in general. And without further ado, we have a perfect game to discuss. Let's get into it.
Well hit, deep left center field. Gordon and Goodwin, and Alex makes the play on the track. Back through the middle. Mondesi throws in time. Now Grossman gets a base hit into center field. 8 perfect innings. And now a walk and a single.
Did I say perfect game? I meant almost perfect game. I feel so bad for this guy. So Jorge Lopez of the Kansas City Royals, he went 8 innings perfect. He was on top of his game, throwing like a 94-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball into the 9th inning. And then with no outs in the top of the 9th, he walked the guy. I felt so bad for him. And then the next hitter got a base hit. So he lost the perfect game and the no-hitter and back-to-back hits in the 9th inning. That's a bummer. But I just want to say, Mr. Jorge Lopez, I tip my cap off to you. I'm exposing myself right now. Did you see that? That's why I love hats. Hats are underappreciated because they can hide stuff like this. Oh boy.
3-2. Fletcher's on the move. That's driven out to center field. And that is out to deep left field. He's done it again. Big fly for Mike Trout. This is a little loop out to center field. A base hit. Trout hits one to the right side. Beats the ship. Trout will flare out to shallow right center field. That one is going to fall in.
All right, our next story is coming out from Chicago. So quick little note about this. If you guys are not subscribed to my man Giraffe Neck Mark, he was actually at this game. He will be interviewing Jabari Blash. Yes, the Jabari Blash. If you guys do not sub to Mark, I will link him in the description down below. Go tell him that I sent you. But Mike Trout went 5 for 5 with 2 home runs, which was his 4th multi-home run game of 2018 already. And I just have to I have to put everything into perspective. I looked at Mike Trout's stats, his career stats this morning, and he's already got like a 65 WAR in 7 or 8 seasons, and we're witnessing one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest player of all time. So just sit back, get some popcorn, fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy this ride. Honestly, I just have to kind of stare off into space and just think, what would baseball be without Mike Trout? Now, the only thing is, they haven't made the playoffs. What are they gonna? I just want Mike Trout to win a World Series, okay? The last time he made the postseason was in 2014. He goes 5 for 5 with 2 home runs, his 4th multi-home run game already of the season, and they're not even going to make the playoffs. They got to get it to the Yankees. They got to get him to the Red Sox, the Phillies, someone. Get everything in control. You're all right. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to talk about more positive news, and okay, let's just do it. We've been talking about JD Martinez the entire year and the fact that he might win a Triple Crown this year, and the reason why I say might is because his teammate Mookie Betts, he's hitting 340 to JD Martinez 335, and then also a guy out in Oakland, he's mashing baseballs as well.
And that one is belted left field, and that baby's gone. 100 miles an hour off the bat of KD.
So that was Chris Davis's 41st home run of the season already, and this guy is pretty much a lock to hit 45 plus home runs. So JD Martinez, he does have to pick it up. Now the funniest thing is, as soon as JD Martinez fell off with home runs, Jose Ramirez fell off with home runs as well, because I don't think he's hit one in like a week or two, and then Chris Davis started hitting bombs out of nowhere. So it's going to be a pretty tight race with batting average and home runs going forward, but I think JD Martinez easily has the RBIs wrapped up because he's ahead by 11 or 12. So yeah, we'll have to keep a lookout on the Triple Crown watch going forward for the rest of the season. But if Chris Davis does his thing, I don't think he's going to catch up for the home runs.
Little chopper, Dansby knocks it down. Runner coming home, short hop throw, and that is your ball game. What a play. Out and preserve a 1-run Atlanta win.
Did you just see that play? I didn't even think that he was going to be able to catch that, let alone throw him out. Dansby Swanson, the #1 pick in the draft a few years ago, saved the game against the Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks, they're going for a playoff spot as well. So that was a crucial play for them. And yeah, he saved it. And Dansby Swanson, he might be one of the best shortstops in the game in a few years. Right now, he's still kind of learning how to play Major League Baseball. But you cannot tell me that that is not at least a top 5 play of the year, if not the best player of the year. Definitely the most clutch. All right, so in this episode of MLB Recap, we've talked about one of the best players that we've ever seen, Mike Trout, and we've also talked about a lot of clutch moments. So there's one other player that might be considered the second best player in all of baseball. Now this year I can't say that because Bryce Harper, he's hitting like 261, but yeah, if you don't know, he's hitting 330 since the All-Star break with 9 home runs, and yesterday he came in huge for his team yet again.
Harper to center. That ball is murdered. See you later.
I can't believe they pitched to Bryce Harper. He's been the hottest hitter in baseball since the All-Star break.
We all know that Bryce Harper was pretty much terrible. I'm not going to say terrible because Bryce Harper being terrible is above league average, but he was not very good in the first half of 2018. But again, like I've said, I'll put his stats up on the screen. He is raking ever since the All-Star break. People say, oh, don't be in the home run derby. It ruins your swing. Well, obviously, Bryce Harper, it kind of fixed his swing. He got his swag back. And I have to ask myself, if I have Bryce Harper playing at the top of his game, and if I have Mike Trout playing at the top of his game, who do I want to pick? I mean, for right now, it's an easy choice because Mike Trout is playing at an otherworld pace, but I'm going to turn it back to you guys. If you had one draft pick going forward for the next 5 years, so from now to 5 years, would you rather have Mike Trout on your team, or would you rather have Bryce Harper? Now, again, no injuries. They're playing at their best. There's no slumps. Who would you rather have? Who do you think has the higher ceiling? That's a tough one, I will admit. I'm probably going to go with Mike Trout, but if Bryce Harper's playing at the top of his game, I mean, he might hit 45 home runs, hit 340, and yeah, steal you 20 bags. So again, they're both really good. We have a surprise MVP candidate out in the American League. Now this is coming from Houston. Alex Bregman hit his 30th home run yesterday, and this guy just doesn't seem to stop raking.
Over 34 games. High lift out to left. Benintendi looking up, and this ball is gone.
You know, in a weird way, I think for the Astros, as they have different ways of entertaining people.
But we can see that Alex Bregman is clearly raking since the All-Star break. Now, he's up to 30 home runs. The Astros have won 7 games in a row. I just feel bad for the Athletics because they were primed to win the AL West, and then all of the Astros players came back from the disabled list. So I was always kind of thinking to my head, are the Athletics really good, or are the Astros just not playing well because all of their best players are shelved right now? So Jose Altuve is back, Carlos Correa is back, Alex Bregman is raking. So I just think the Stros had a little dip in performance because they didn't have their best players. And then we can see last year's MVP, Jose Altuve, might not even be the best player on his team this year in 2018. So the Astros, they're pretty scary. I mean, since we're on the topic of the Astros, we might as well talk about the Athletics. So Matt Olson, he did not start in yesterday's game, but that doesn't mean that he didn't make a huge impact.
Olson, left center, and that baby's gone.
Kind of like standing on the tee box going, 9-iron? Nope. Hand me the driver.
I'm not sure why, but I just really like this guy's stance and swing. It just looks a little bit goofy. You ever watch Hunter Pence swing? It just looks goofy and not right. That's kind of my thought process when I look at Matt Olson. He has such a weird stance where he starts off like this and then he swings. I don't know. He strikes out a lot, but he hits the baseball very far. But yeah, he came in massive for his squad yesterday. And then one more thing about the Athletics is not many people know who this guy is, but I'm a baseball nerd and I'm a stat nerd, so I watch this guy every single day. But Blake Trinan, the closer for the Athletics, he might be in the race for a Cy Young this year. He's got a .88 ERA. He has a .88 WHIP, which is amazing. He has 37 saves. I mean, the guy, he's filthy. Now it leads me to this. If there was one pitcher in Major League Baseball that you would not want to face, who would it be? Me, it might be Andrew Miller because I'm a lefty, but if you're a righty, I don't think you want to face Blake Trinan anytime soon. As a lefty, I wouldn't want to face Aroldis Chapman and Andrew Miller, and as a righty, I would hate to face Dylan Betances and Blake Trinan. Those would be my 4 guys. All right, guys, so our last story of the day, I could not find a clip of this for whatever reason, so we're just gonna have to just say it out loud and hope that I make it entertaining. So Gio Gonzalez, he was traded from the Nationals to the Brewers, and he had his first start yesterday. He won, which is awesome. Then Christian Yelich, he had a web gem out there. He had a home run. So if Gio can be Gio for the Brewers, and if Christian Yelich continues to dominate baseball like he has, the Brewers, they might be scary going into the playoffs. So if you guys are Brewers fans out there, I'd be pretty happy with them. All right, so now it comes down to the fun part, the 2018 postseason postseason picture for Major League Baseball. In the AL East, the Red Sox are leading by 7.5 games over the Yankees. The Central, the Indians, their magic number is 5 games, so they pretty much got that division wrapped up. In the AL West, the Astros are now up by 3.5 games over the Athletics, but the Astros, they've won 7 in a row. The Athletics are still playing good baseball, so don't count out the A's. And then we can see the wild card, that's the Yankees and the Athletics. If we go on over to the National League, so we saw that Dansby Swanson saved the day, so the Braves were able to pick up a win, so were the Phillies, so they are still 3.5 games back. In the NL Central, the Cubs are now 2.5 games up of the Brewers, so the Brewers gained a game. The Cardinals must have lost, so they lost the game. In the NL West, the Rockies are up by 1.5 games over the Dodgers, and then 2.5 games up on the Diamondbacks. That division, we just have to update you guys every single day because the Diamondbacks might win, then the Rockies might lose, and then the Dodgers might win. That's going to be crazy. I can't even wrap my head around that one. And then the wild card for the National League, the Brewers are up by 2.5 games. The Cardinals are in second place. The Dodgers are down by 1 game. Diamondbacks at 2, Phillies at 3.5 games. And then the Pirates are playing good baseball, and they're now 7 games back in the wild card. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it unless they go on some historic race. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do it, but might as well keep a lookout for him. All right, so we have the playoff race to worry about. We have a guy that might win the Triple Crown. We have Mike Trout continuing to do his thing. Him and his teammate Shohei Ohtani is putting up historic numbers as a rookie and as a Japanese-born player. So there's so much to talk about in this 2018 Major League Baseball season. I just want to say we've been very blessed. And now that football's back, I'm not sure if you guys want to hear about football, but I promise to be your source of baseball every single day going forward with these MLB recaps because your support means everything to me, and I see that you guys are passionate about baseball, as am I. So I'm going to keep pumping these videos out. So guys, if you enjoyed, slap a like on this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.